there's a whole renaissance in menswear at the moment, and this sets a very, very high barrier for level for everyone. So all the men can say, well, look, there are these amazing dandies around. They can say, well, this is a really high level, but I can move myself up another level and aspire to being a dandy, or I can dress up, and the bar is already so high that I can enjoy myself.
You know, these are all pieces that from individuals who we know. We've really made a great effort in this exhibition to tie the garments to the personalities, to the individual. That's what this is all about. It's about that very intimate connection between materiality, choice, style, and creativity.
The Artist Rebel Dandy exhibition at the Rhode Island School of Design Museum is the first menswear show primarily devoted to men themselves, specifically the iconic individuals who have been defining and redefining the art of fine male dress since Beau Brummel established its first principles with navy broadcloth, white linen, and black boots. From Fred Astaire's Tales to Guy Hill's cycling suit, menswear has its canon, handed down from George Fraser through Alan Flusser and Bruce Boyer to countless bloggers today, and this exhibit is as close as you're going to get to walking through it. A pantheon of dramatically diverse characters who've all been lauded and tarred with that most sharply double-bladed epithet, dandy. It's a loaded term, fraught with class anxiety, sexual ambiguity, moral relativity, and intellectual pretense, but also one which makes a well-tied knot of fascinating contradictions, decadently disciplined, effortlessly precise, tastefully outrageous, nostalgically modern. In any case, it's useful to have a single term to describe a man passionate about his clothes. Sports have fans. Food has gourmands. Let clothes have dandies.
The ensemble behind me was worn by the RISD faculty member and well-known painter, as well as GQ style columnist Richard Merkin. He serves as the model artist rebel dandy for the exhibition because he was equally invested in his painting practice, a very formalized artistic practice, the literary aspect of dandyism that he was able to put to paper his thoughts about style and taste, and he also served as a role model on the Providence campus for what the most elegant cut and line and comportment could be for then the community here in Providence.
The exhibit's title seeks to place dandies in the culturally relevant company of artists and rebels, or at least to emphasize the artistic and rebellious elements of dandyism. In the end, however, whatever their politics or professions, it's clear that these are men, and a couple women, who loved clothes for their own sake. You don't get the impression that they dressed finely to make a point so much as they just couldn't help themselves, and damn the haters. It's also worth remembering that when it came to clothes, most of these guys were amateurs. Clothing was rarely their first art or greatest passion. We'd never know Tom Wolfe's white suits if he hadn't written books, and Gianni Agnelli dressed for Fiat board meetings, not the paparazzi. These are men of accomplishment, and much of their style flows from their substance. With a few exceptions, even the most outlandish outfits on display here follow the basic forms of modern menswear: coat, waistcoat, and trousers. Like poets who find creative liberty within certain fixed structures, much of the dandy's art lies in expressing his flamboyance through the inherently conservative medium of bespoke tailoring. The display mannequins wear the ensembles well, but fine men's clothing is famously made to move, elegantly and comfortably. Much of the beauty and craftsmanship woven and stitched into these clothes only comes alive when worn by a man who, in the words of Hardy Ames, has bought his clothes with intelligence, put them on with care, and then forgotten all about them. Fortunately, such creatures are once again being spotted in the wild. Artist Rebel Dandy feels like an aspirational challenge to its audience as much as an homage to its subjects. Having fatigued of fashion's glamour and anti-fashion's irony, young men are rediscovering the arts of pattern, weave, and proportion through that most masculine pastime, geeking out on online forums and blogs. Given the current vogue for all things artisanal and retro, the dandy's obsession with antiquarian craftsmanship makes him, for better or for worse, a thoroughly zeitgeisty figure. Good clothes are once again being recognized as their own occasion, enlivening mundane routine, a pleasure to wear, and a passion open to anyone willing to nobly suffer the occasional slings and arrows shot at outrageous outfits.
A lot of people don't like dressing up because they want to go to the norm, and there's a whole attitude of dress down, and people say, I'm going to meet my friends, I'm dressing down, pub, I'm dressing down. And this whole exhibition is the opposite, and everyone realizes that dressing up is what it's all about. If one person dresses up and they have their friends coming around, their friends are going to dress up because they know their other friends are dressed up, and once everyone starts dressing up, then you end up with a whole exhibition of dandies, and then hopefully a whole world of dandies. So that's the idea.